Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day today. For today's video, we're going to take a look at a brand new guitar brand from Amazon, which is Volgoa. Not to be confused with another Amazon brand called Volgoa. This guitar promises to offer you a lot of amazing features for less than $200. There's just one little problem. It kind of sucks. So sitting right next to me, I have the guitar in the box. Now I've already gone ahead and opened this, so technically this isn't going to be a true unboxing, but I wanted to show you how the guitar comes packaged. And so the first thing that you're going to see is you get your typical triangular guitar box right here. And when we open that up, you're going to see that the guitar, I'm going to do my best to show this properly to all of you. Guitar comes in a bag, so that's actually pretty nice. However, when you take the bag off, you realize there's really no padding whatsoever except for the neck support. So that could definitely be a bit better, as I can imagine that causing some damage to some of the instruments. Fortunately, this one didn't came damaged. So we're going to open this up. It's actually a decent gift. I would be in line to what you would get for about $20, give or take. So when we take the guitar out, we do see it has the foam padding on it. You kind of already saw it because I accidentally broke the foam padding, but yeah. So we take this off, and then this right here is the guitar. As you can see, it is quite reminiscent of a Sur guitar. Specifically, this would be equivalent to the Sur Plus in Chili Pepper. It's got a beautiful red finish that we can all see and appreciate there. You can see the Volgoa brand right there, making guitar since 1986, so it's as old as I am. That's interesting. Anyways, let's talk about the features, because like I said, this promises to have an amazing feature set. Before I start going over these specs, I want to make some clarifying notes. First off, this is not a sponsored video in any way. I purchased this fortunately because I had an Amazon gift card balance, and I'm a fan of trying new things. By the way, that's something that we like doing in this channel, so if that's something that you're interested in, I consider you subscribe, as I try to find a lot of these guitar brands that nobody has reviewed before and try to be among the first people or the first person to review them. That's kind of the case with the Music guitar and Wolf guitars when they first launched. And so whenever I have an opportunity, if I can find one, if I have something that I can sell and, try that out, I will do that. So if you enjoy that kind of content, then please consider subscribing, because that would really help me be motivated to put more content out. But anyways, so this is the Volgoa. I think the model name is VLG6 or just VL6, one of the two. This guitar sells for $199 retail. It is currently discounted for $179. I didn't purchase this with my own money. This isn't a sponsored video. I had an Amazon gift card that was for $150. And fortunately, it went on sale on Amazon for $150 on Black Friday. And so I ordered it and I got it yesterday. So it took about a couple of weeks to get to me. But we did get it nice and safe. Unfortunately, there's a couple of things that aren't too exciting about it. Well, we'll get to those in a minute. Let me just talk to you about the specs, which is really why I decided to purchase this guitar. So this guitar that's based off a Sur Modern Plus in Chili Pepper has a mahogany body with a beautiful top. However, it's not actually a top. So this is what we would call a photo flame. You can kind of see that it is a photo flame because there's no 3D depth to it at all. Usually when you look at a proper top or a proper veneer, you can see there's some sort of like 3D depth transparency effect to it. And this just looks like a still. I will say it's a very nice still though. So at the price point, sub $200, I'm okay with that. Some people might not be. So if you're one that's expecting to have a genuine top on it, just know that that might be something that might deter you from liking how this guitar looks. So mahogany body, no actual top. Some very nice modern cutaways. So you can see one near the neck heel joint, and that neck heel joint, by the way, is super nice. Then we have a big belly cut there, so that's super nice. We have a forearm cut right here, so a lot of modern cuts. Again, much like the Sur, so that's pretty cool. Humbucker, single humbucker configuration with a standard 2.6 saddle tremolo, 1 volume, 1 tone pot, 3-way position selector switch. Then we've got the neck. So the neck is one of the things that drew my attention to getting this guitar. The neck is a 24 fret These are medium jumbo size. Initially they said stainless steel, but they removed that from the description. So it sounds like they're not stainless steel. They do look pretty nice and shiny. And if you can see them, they also have the nice rounded fret ends, which is another thing that drew my attention to getting this guitar. Similar to what we've seen from brands like Earth, Music, Latitude, Firefly, and some of the other affordable brands that are now doing that. Now, something that's really interesting is the fretboard. It's not rosewood, it's not ebony, it's actually HPL, which is high pressure laminate. So my very awful explanation to you of what that is, it's basically a bunch of paper that's compressed, but it's said to be stronger and last longer than conventional wood from what I've heard. I know Martin Guitars uses it in a lot of their acoustic models, so I think I saw a video that explains it way better than I can a long time ago. So if I can find that, I'll put the link so you can check it out. But yeah, it's got that HPL fretboard, and I'm actually a big fan. So it's kind of finished. So it's got kind of that clear finishing work on it. I love the way that it feels. It's super slinky, super smooth. And then you've got the abalone inlays, which are actually not inlaid. They are pressed in somewhere in those layers. So it's almost like a glass effect to where you see the inlay below the glass. I think it's pretty cool. I genuinely like that. And then as you saw when I turned the guitar back, we've got a roasted mahogany neck, and there's a bolide right there. Your headstock shape, and then the Volgoa logo with a matching headstock. You got these there's I don't even know what to call these, but these little tuners right here, and then you got a plastic nut. And I think that covers all of my bases for the guitar. So I did say at the beginning of the video that despite the features for the price point, the guitar kind of sucked. And it's unfortunately made me take the decision to return the guitar. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to list all the problems from smallest problem to largest problem. So we're going to start right here at the base of the body. So the smallest problem that we have is the routing. And it's really, I probably shouldn't be complaining about this on an affordable guitar, but I usually don't see this problem on affordable guitars to the extent that this one has it. So it's not that the routing is so much that it's not clean. It's just it's not straight. So the pickup route, let's just put it this way. The pickup is this way, and then the route looks this way. And it's weird. I don't know if that's a design thing. I guess I'd have to take a closer look at the serve model. But if it isn't, yeah, it's weird. I'd like to see it straight. But not a huge deal. I can understand how that wouldn't affect many of you. Another problem that we have, we're going to go over a couple problems on the neck. So the neck is actually nice in terms of it having some nice figuring, nice little rose color there. It is very dry. That seems to be sort of the thing with these affordable guitars. I don't know why, but they send the driest necks in existence. I don't know if they just stock them in the desert or something, but it's pretty bad. And it happens with all of them. Except maybe Earth guitars, that would be the one that I find that they do a better job at like oiling those necks. But man, it's a recurring thing, and we have it here too. Speaking of problems in the neck, I'm going to list two problems. I'm going to say these are equally sized, but they're a pretty big problem for me. Number one is the fret level and the fret ends, and that might be the bigger one of the two. So the fret ends, even though it's got those nice round fret ends, they're actually sticking out of the fretboard, and so I don't know if you can hear that. Probably not. Well, maybe if I use something, let's just grab something that I have next to me. A guitar pick, perfect. So if they did a pristine job at doing this, kind of like the Earth guitars or even the Music, you wouldn't hear this too much. But in here, you hear all that. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Hopefully you can. But it's pretty bad. Like almost all the frets are sticking out. Fortunately, because they're rounded, it's not as bad or uncomfortable as a guitar that has really sharp fret ends, but it's still uncomfortable and it just feels weird and kind of defeats the purpose of having those rounded fret ends. So that would definitely be something that I would like them to see work on and fix for the future. The other problem with the frets is they're not level, so there is some fret bust going on, as you can hear there. It's not all over the neck. We're talking about maybe 6 or 7 frets that are a little bit too high. And then another problem with the neck, and this is a design thing, and this is part of the reason why I don't want to set up an exchange, and I want to return it and just kind of give Volgoa some time to hopefully fix these issues. The neck is too thick. I'm talking like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like baseball thick. In fact, I'm going to grab another guitar here so you can kind of appreciate the difference between like a medium-sized neck and the Volgoa at the bottom. Like this isn't even a thin neck. This is a Washburn X35. It's similar to like a Fender profile. And it's probably like 60% of the thickness of this neck. This is close to a 50s Les Paul, and it just doesn't make sense with a guitar that looks like this. Then moving slightly upward, and maybe this is a smaller issue. I kind of forgot to talk about this one, but the nut isn't cut properly, especially a 6-string. The groove is just too deep and too wide, and it needs to be replaced, which maybe not a huge deal because it's a common practice to change the nut on affordable guitars. Now we're going to talk about the biggest issue with this guitar. The electronics don't work properly. That's why there wasn't a playing video. Both the neck and bridge humbucker have very low output, and it doesn't distort well. It just comes out like clean, like the signal's just, it's not clear. And so no matter what amplifier, what cable, what I do with it, it just doesn't sound like the way it should. And so I'm going to insert a short clip here so you guys can kind of appreciate the difference between a guitar that sounds the way it's supposed to versus this one. It's really more noticeable in the bridge and neck, and then still quite noticeable in the middle pickup. So for all intents and purposes, from a sound perspective, the guitar is useless. To fix all of these problems, we would have to stand the neck off, do an entire fret level crown polishing, change the nut, fix the electronics. You wouldn't be able to do anything about the route. And actually, I have no idea what the tremolo cavity route looks like, so I'm going to take the back cover off and post a picture of that, and I'll put it on the screen, and I'll add some context or something in the screen if I have anything else to add. But as you can see, it's several problems, which is kind of frustrating because for $200 or less, this guitar actually has a really impressive feature set. The problem is just, you know, the fit and finish, the build quality, the quality control out of the factory, all those things just didn't work out. And so I don't want to exchange the guitar. I'm just going to send this back. I figured it makes sense to share those negative reviews. I don't usually shy away from them, but probably some of you have felt that most of my reviews are usually positive. So rather than just send this back and give no context to the people, I might as well share my experience and hopefully save you guys some grief. And then if anyone from Volgoa is watching this, I'd love to chat and just kind of go over these things in detail. There's probably more things that I forgot to include in the video. But I do hope that you address this issue so that, you know, we can give your brand another chance. I noticed there's already a couple of bad reviews on Amazon, but I would really hate to see the brand dying off because of it. So if you want to chat with me, you know, feel free to reach out. I'll put my email so you can send me an email or anything like that. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was educational. I've been Raph. You've been great. One more thing I will say. Thank you so much for your support for all of you. We're about to hit 1,000 subscribers. To me, that is a lot. I know there's YouTubers with millions. I don't care about those guys. I care about myself. I wasn't expecting anything out of this when I first started the channel. And the fact that we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers to me is absolutely crazy, with almost 400,000 channel views. So very impressive. Thank you so much for everyone that supported me. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you did. And if you, I always tell this to everyone, but if you have any constructive criticism, please feel free to let me know, talk about it. And I always take suggestions at heart and try to see what I can do. I read absolutely every comment and I try to respond or react to all of them too. So longer video than I wanted it to be, but hopefully educational for anyone looking at the brand and waiting for someone to take the plunge. I took the plunge for you. Didn't work out. Sending it back. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. You all have a great and blessed day. Take care.